that's what my presentation is going to be more about, rather than only sort of telling you about this brand. And if you're interested in what I have to say, of course you can talk to us. She introduced me as the Vice Chairman of Jaipuria Institute of Management, but today I'm here to talk more about the K-12 space and on the topic of how edupreneurs can change the future of the education business. I turned around the topic a bit, which was about how they are changing, because I believe the opportunity in front of us is even bigger than what is behind us. So it's a little bit more forward-looking. The first thing I want to look at, which is really interesting for any entrepreneur, is there a gap in the market that I want to fill? Is there value I can add to consumers that are looking for something, that are finding something, but it's not available in the market? And in the education space, specifically in the K-12 school space, this gap is astounding. Today, and not even today, as per the last 2014 report, there are about 25 crore students enrolled in K-12 schools in India. If you believe, by various estimates, that 30 to 60% of this population in India is middle class, even by the lowest estimates, 7.5 crore middle class students are enrolled in schools 2 years ago. And this, without question, this number is rising continuously. Catering to these 7.5 to 15 crore middle class students, we have only close to about 18 to 20,000 CBSE, ICSE, and a few international schools. So when we talk about national board, we only have less than 20,000 schools catering to a population of 7.5 to 10 or 12 crore students. So they estimately only cater to about 1.5 crore. So only 10 to 12%, 10 to 20% of the available students are able to have access to a CBSE, ICSE school. We believe firmly that the majority of middle classes can pay in a fee range of 20 to 50,000 per year. So that's a range of almost 2,000 to 4,000 or 5,000 rupees a month. Where it starts to go wrong is that when you talk about schools, or when you talk about private schools, you talk about national level schools, these get limited to few metro cities or maximum to state capitals. But as soon as you go outside those cities, you feel that access to these schools simply don't exist, or there is only one or two players and there's no competition. So the quality of the schools vis-a-vis the price point that they are charging is not delivering value to the students, to the families that are there in those areas. There are 500 cities in India with a population of 100,000 or 1 lakh. And we believe that each of these cities deserves to have multiple schools in the price range of 20 to 50,000 rupees a month, and these cities will be able to support it in terms of paying that kind of fees in the numbers that are required to run a school economically. There are about 675 districts in India, so another way to look at 500 plus cities with 100,000 population, or 675 districts, and each of these deserves to have a high quality private school. So what is the problem in the way the existing chains are addressing this issue? We believe that most present chains are limited to 50 to 60 cities. Remember, I talked about 500 cities with a population of 100,000. But most existing chains are restricted to 50, 60 on the higher side. Some of the older chains are stuck to this number and have not been able to imagine a model that would move ahead and provide greater access. Secondly, the average fee range is in the range of where our sort of sweet spot stops is at 40 to 50,000, and that's where most of the existing national school chains start. And the third very important thing is that there is an overemphasis on the brand name. At Jaipuria, as an edupreneur, I strongly believe that we are not doing justice to ourselves, to our brand, if we simply change the name of a school or put up new infrastructure, put a new brand name in front of it. But it's the same teacher who's been teaching in the previous school, the same student who's been learning in the previous school, and the interaction in the classroom remains the same. So eventually, when you put up a school, you have to ask, how am I changing the education paradigm within the classroom? Because eventually, you're going to face challenges of recruiting good teachers, of seeing how they are different, how the way of doing things is different than in existing schools. To cater to this, what we have done is that we have a fully dedicated academic team that creates curriculum and creates it in a way that is understandable to a teacher, implementable in a 40-minute period. So one of the biggest problems that we have with Indian education, and you can't blame the teacher for it, is that simply the education system doesn't give the teacher the time, whether it's private education or public education, to sit back and think that I've been teaching the same thing in the same way for 5 to 10 years, and everywhere I go, the people are saying the world has changed and the jobs that our children will have can't even be imagined today. But how is that impacting the way I am teaching a particular topic in the classroom? How should the topic have evolved and my teaching pedagogy have evolved every year to keep pace with the students of today? And that's what we are trying to do, is to create curriculum. We have created about 200,000 pages plus of curriculum in a manner that is easily digestible to the teacher, easily usable within the classroom, giving an idea that today, listen, you are going to teach plants in class 4, this is the aspect of plants you're going to teach, and this is what you should do. You should take them out in the playground, show them something, or you should have this sort of discussion. Learning has to be more participative. It cannot be chalk and talk. For students of today to be engaged in the classroom, to learn in the classroom, and moreover to develop the skills that would be relevant for them to do well in their careers, where the careers today are less about just remembering things and reproducing knowledge, but about thinking creatively, about working in teams, and so on and so forth. So the other aspect is, when we talked about national chains, the other kind of schools that address is individual private schools. So the majority of private schools in India are one school owned by one owner, and they have their own limitations because they don't have the resources or the wherewithal or the exposure to again invest in the kind of pedagogical theorization that we are talking about here. So what's needed? We believe that it's very important to set minimum teaching learning standards within the classroom. So this is what I was talking about on the last slide as well. It's not enough that the same teacher teaches the same thing in a new branded school, and just for infrastructure the student is paying more. We need to come up with methodologies whereby we understand that the quality of learning and teaching has really improved in the school, and it's not only the new building that is the only change. We need to look at teacher recruitment, we need to look at teacher training, and we need to look at auditing the whole system to make sure that at the end of the day we close the loop. Optimizing costs. This is a major reason why single owner schools are not able to do that much, to invest that much in improving academics, improving pedagogy, because as you become part of a larger group, you get some economies of scale, and the curriculum and the training methodologies that we are investing in can be used over multiple schools. And the third thing is that we need to achieve scalability in terms of a brand name as well. Today, if someone comes to a Jaipuria school or to a XYZ school, and has a history and legacy of delivering quality, that also reduces your customer acquisition cost, because customers believe in the promise as long as you continue to deliver, and will help you to acquire students in a more cost-effective manner so that you can use your precious resources where it really counts, which is to deliver value to the students that you have with you. So just my last slide about a little bit about Jaipuria. It is our vision to establish quality schools in towns and cities across India which provide national level education and opportunities to students. It's our vision to do it at an affordable price, at least for middle class consumers. We've had a long history in education as a family, but we really started looking at improving access in the last 4 to 5 years through our brand partnerships and licenses. And in the last 4 years, we've grown from 1 school to 14 schools with about 14,000 students. And the way we are seeing our growth, we feel that we'll be at about 30,000 students in 3 years and 50,000 students in 5 years. And our idea is to penetrate every district in the geographies that we are presently working in, which is basically northern India, UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, etc. So again, with all the work and this phenomenal growth, we'll only be touching a drop in the ocean. So whether you are an individual entrepreneur who wants to start a school, wants to partner with us, you want to start your own school chain, whatever it is, we believe strongly that there is a great market opportunity here for you to succeed as well as to provide value for thousands of students in your town or city. Thank you, and as per the format, I'll take questions now or later.
So we can take the questions a bit later after
Sure.
the next speaker as well. Well, thank you very much indeed. On that note, what we'll do is we'll now invite Mr. Nitin Gachhayat, who's a co-founder of Drishti, and post that, then we'll open the floor for questions.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Nitin. I work for this organization called Drishti, which works in rural area. Can I have that? No. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So we are a social enterprise. We little bit about Drishti. We work in rural India, villages of India. Basically, to provide access to livelihood and services, essential services which are missing in villages. And we have a presence in around 6,000 villages. The way we do it is through franchises. Like 2000 when we started, initially by providing government services, like access to government services in villages. And to do that, like we started by a kind of micro franchising model, like identifying entrepreneurs in the villages and setting them up and providing services. From there, like our journey has started in 17 years. Like what we figured out was for villages, for people to sustain in villages, there has to be local livelihood or local enterprise which has to be there. And for livelihood to be there, education, skilling or training, that's one of the key thing which is there. And then there are certain other ecosystem which is required, which is capital and channel. So that's how we work on a franchisee based model at villages, like at panchayat level, at that level. So education, generally, when we think of education, what comes to mind is schools, colleges, universities, the formal education. But when we talk about the next billion, the people who are not at that stage of formal education, so for them, education is acquiring skills. That is critical. Because the normal way education system has grown is people, everyone feels that the children should go to school and then get a job. It's not possible for everyone to go that path. And somehow acquiring skills, so that there was a gap which was there. Suddenly, there was a lot of push even from government on skill development. So around that time, we also got into the bandwagon of partnering with government and doing skilling. There were resources like money, everything was there. But the approach which was taken, that was not the right approach which was there. Because government, they said that there has to be a big training center, and those are possible only at a big city or a town. And people moving from villages to cities for those training. That approach, and we also got into that, and we got into training people on, say, security guards and other things. But youth from village would come to this training center and take up a job in city, and after some time they would move back. So what we learned was there has to be the skilling. One has to be near the place where the need is, and it has to be need-based skilling, where there can be local livelihood. So those were certain learning that we acquired, and then we went back to our approach of a franchisee-based model of skilling. So we focused on skilling which have local livelihood opportunity. like agriculture, textile, constructions. These are kind of sectors where there are local livelihood which are possible. Uh, Agriculture, which farmers have been doing since ages, there are gaps which are there where skilling is possible. Even food processing and other things, there are local opportunity in villages, so that's what we do. And textile, spinning, weaving, stitching, so those kind of value chains are there. Then construction, again, like in rural and people migrating from rural to urban, they migrate as construction level labor. So there, again, skilling and upskilling is possible. So what we do is like we take a franchisee approach, we set up franchisee in village and through whom we deliver this skilling program. And we take the responsibility of assuring the quality content, capacity building of the franchisee and the faculty, and then doing the quality assurance. So those we do. And we also provide an ecosystem because, as I said, in villages, like when people acquire skills and if they want to set up enterprise, like women learning, say, stitching, and then they want to set up a stitching unit, so they need certain capital to set that up. Then they need market linkage there. So those kind of, again, ecosystem approach we do. So again, working for 17 years in rural India, so what we feel is like people in village, they are very eager to learn and share. People want their children to get skilled. So that's one thing which is there. Then people in rural India prefer to stay in village. They want, given a chance, they would prefer to stay in the village and have a livelihood. And then, through various approaches, government initiatives, there are a lot of self-help groups and all, they have been formed. And they are eager to take up, set up enterprise. But the gap which is there is the right education or the skilling, which is missing for which they are not able to do that. Then there are agriculture is something which will definitely be there in villages. So there are opportunities around the farm produce, value addition, those kind of things which are there. So overall, we feel that there is a great potential of education and skilling which is there in rural India. So we have taken a franchisee path, but there can be other ways, but there is a big opportunity because around 70% of the population stays in villages. So that way there's a big opportunity and a market which is there. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, sir, for that wonderful set of insights from both the speakers. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly open the floor for questions, if any, from our members of the audience. Do we have any questions? We don't have a question. Can we please have the mic passed? So I'm going to request you to introduce yourself as well before directing the question to our speakers.
Hi, good evening. This is Shailesh here. This is specifically for, I believe, education for Jaipuria, which you just now mentioned about. You talked about partnership and entrepreneurship, which we are doing, in fact. What kind of a partnership are you looking for, specifically coming out from Jaipuria schools, actually? I believe that would, if you can just throw a little bit of a light on the partnership which I believe can be struck, specifically from an educational perspective.
Right. So we are looking at entrepreneurs who would invest in the land and building, and in terms of the technical aspects, in terms of teacher recruitment, in terms of curriculum, in terms of operations, we would be guiding them to create the school.
Creating a school, okay. Thank you.
Any further questions? So we have a question from the gentleman right behind.
Yeah, hello sir, this is Nitin from Pune. I would like to know about the village education that you told, the rural education. Can we leverage that education in terms of for the other things, like if I have a product to sell in villages, but education is far more important for that product. So can we leverage this education, or is it in a standard format, your education which you provide?
As I mentioned, there are three things which are critical. Like education definitely is the most critical thing. Like when people in villages they get trained, then like skilled. So if they're producing something, so that has to go to the market. A village has because a limited population, so limited market size. So if a group of people are producing something, like say this kurta that I'm wearing is produced in a village that we are working. Right. So that needs to reach to different places. So what we do is like we also have a distribution system. So these enterprises, what they produce will link up market. So that channel is used both ways. If there are any products which are essential for the village, so we carry that to the village also.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right then, so with that, we'll come to the end of the session as well, and I'm going to invite Ms. Ritu